From the very beginning, we envisioned this event to be a beacon of growth and transformation, the Black Manosphere Conclave. Across 3 days, Black men will converge to retool themselves for the 21st century. We'll forge powerful business alliances, refine styles, amplify tech skills, and exchange life lessons unique to the Black male experience. Motivate, evolve, enlighten, and thrive. This, gentlemen, is the Black Manosphere Conclave. Welcome to the elite.
September 18th, 2020.
What happened to wise women like this woman? Here's why, and why she explains why you shouldn't aspire to be a single mother, but have a father and a good man in your life.
At the standard, like, okay, I'm a single mother. I have a daughter. My daughter's 18. People have always told her, oh, you know, your mom has it all together. You have a good life. You travel. No, I need to be honest with her and say, no, I don't want you to be a single mother. Get married, find a nice man that, you know, has some standards, some family values that you can raise a nice family with. This is not how it's supposed to be done. Right. I don't care how great it looks. It's not the way to go.
Became an example for many of what they say is a broken welfare system here in America. And now Angel is facing eviction, and once again, she is demanding someone else pay. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joining us now live from the Hillsborough County Courthouse, where Adams was in front of a judge again today. Jeff?
Yeah, good evening, Rod. Angel was back in court today. Angel Adams, now Angel Brown, became very famous. And actually, out of all of the stories I've ever done at News Channel 8, she's the one most people talk about. She's the one most people remember, all because of one phrase she uttered when I first met her.
somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
When I first met Angel, she was living in a one-bedroom motel. 12 of her children were sharing just 2 beds, and Angel demanded that someone pay for her to move into a new house. With the help of the Department of Children and Families, Angel moved into a new home. But when someone posted stories about her on YouTube, she became internationally famous as an example of what is wrong with the welfare system in America. Angel doesn't care that people across the country hate her.
That's okay because they don't know me.
Now Angel and her husband are back in trouble and back in court.
Our lights go on, they go off. They go on, they go off.
Angel is facing eviction from her home, and her power has been turned off because they owe nearly $600 in back payments. Angel told the judge she used a check from the Tampa Housing Authority that was to pay for the power bill to pay instead to evacuate her children during Hurricane Irma.
And I used it for my children to evacuate for the Irma hurricane. When they told us to get out, I used that money to evacuate and get my children where they needed to be.
The judge told Angel and her husband the bill is theirs to pay.
You're asking me to make an agency pay money above and beyond what they committed to pay, and I don't have that authority.
And so Angel is facing eviction once again from this home. The landlord has not been paid rent in 3 months, and Angel is wondering where now to turn.
My children are hungry. My children are afraid. My children are cold. My children can't function in school. My children, they're not doing very well at all.
Yeah, the Tampa Housing Authority is working with Angel to try to find her and her husband and her children.
It's a hard thing to admit, but it's understandable why they would choose to go their own way. And that's what's scary, is there's actually a rational reason why they would do that.
Men going their own way. And you can think what you want about it, but this is a really big problem for women, for us, for our future, for families, for you to find a partner. If a population of good men are walking away because they're fed up with women,
if you're being told all your life that you are bad and wrong just for being a man, and that you have toxic masculinity for being a man, and that, you know, women, there's this famous expression that, you know, a woman needs a man just like a fish needs a bicycle. And that men are basically useless. And that men are terrible, and that, you know, women are superior.
Our society is very callous towards men. The only message most men hear in the world is that they're a bumbling buffoon. The TV shows are full of idiot men. Commercials show men as buffoons. The society is against them. All they hear about is what idiots men are.
It's the mass of women that are taking over the culture and representing women. They're loud. They're mean. They say they want equality. Why are they not protesting in the streets for the changing the laws for alimony or child support or child custody? Because they don't want equality. They want superiority.
The male gender has more of a slave state, and it's because men are now subjugated to the law and to women, and nobody really believes it except the men who go through, say, the court. But most men think that they're exempt from that until they end up in a bad situation.
So for a lot of the men, and a lot of them have gotten screwed over in terrible relationships and divorces, and gotten their kids taken away from them. So it's an understandable response.
In the United States of America, as a man, you can't speak up. I think most women tend to be very, I'm stereotyping, but they tend to be more collectivist. They tend to sort of be more in that socialist mindset. So I don't know that you're going to see a huge change. I think the change will have to come from men.
The lives of women will not change until the men get the opportunity to also examine and define and change their lives. In many ways, I sometimes think that the 20th century was the century where the women made all these massive changes, and the 21st century will be the changes that the men will make partly in adapting to the changes that the women have done.
And those men are doing something about it. They're saying, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm not getting married, or I'm divorced. I'm not gonna, they don't sit around just trying to live their life through women. They actually have lots of hobbies. They go out, they buy that land you were talking about. They're out there getting motorcycles. They're having a good time, and they're enjoying life without having to deal with the stress of the women and the society that tells them they have to have a woman in their life.
How would you feel? I mean, you know, you're not going to feel that attracted to a woman or care to be loving towards her or romantic towards her. So this men going their own way is a reaction to that. I really think it's a rational reaction to that. Men are finally like, hey, we've given you all you want. You know, you are equal in every way, and then you're still shaming us.
We're about to start the show in a minute, guys. Thank you to the 11 that are tuning in. Guys, go ahead and do me a favor and go ahead and share this stream. We're going to talk about a condition. I call it a spiritual condition and a mental health issue called entitlement. And we know that a lot of modern women are entitled. But in the meantime, guys, if you don't have your tickets, go ahead and get your tickets at the Black Manosphere Conclave, guys. Go ahead and get your tickets. We're about to kill the game. Go ahead.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Now, guys, I told you guys that there are 7 steps to male optimization. And one of the 7 steps is understanding how modern females have transformed themselves into something that's not consistent with what the women of old were. You're going to see manifest live on tonight the level of entitlement, the level of narcissistic traits, the level of undiagnosed mental illness, and the level of women that more or less manifest the things that many men complain about. Now listen, we know that some of the men and women struggle with being consistent people. But when you guys see what I'm about to show you on tonight, it's going to confirm why so many men are checking out and why men are becoming very indifferent when it comes down to dealing with many modern women in modern times. Go ahead and share the stream, guys, and we're about to get into it. Let's go.
I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Ah!
Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
If If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, asking fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is Kosher Clinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Clinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Clinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Clinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
All right, guys, bring it to you live from the greatest state in the union, the Tar Heel State. And it don't get no better than the Tar Heel State because, as you guys know, last night, Duke knocked off number 9 Clemson, and my mighty Carolina Tar Heels knocked off the South Carolina Gamecocks. But I'm not here on tonight to talk about football nonetheless. But I am here to talk about the things that you've been seeing, the things that I see as it relates to the modern woman. Now, before I start, guys, I will be remiss to focus on all of the behavior of only the bad women. There's a cadre of women that are good women that often go unseen or many times under minimized or minimized. So before I start, I want to give a special shout out to all the good sisters that are striving, that are trying to be good women in the midst of time when there appears to be an attack on righteous women as well. But the conversation, guys, gets crazy because, as I told you guys, this is not a black woman issue. This is an American woman issue. This is an American woman issue when it comes down to some of the behaviors that you are seeing. And that's why I always say, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. And there are 7 steps to male optimization. And one of those 7 steps is understanding female psychology, female nature, and how it more or less can impact you in a negative way if you're still operating on an old or antiquated hard drive, and a hard drive that's not consistent with your worldview and consistent with masculinity. But the foolishness of this woman, guys, continues to prove our point as men. And our point as men is predicated on this. What happened to wholesome women? What happened to women that were kind, women that were virtuous, women that respected structure, women that respected order? But the level of narcissism and entitlement has become, in my words, very profound in modern times. And one will ask the question, did society create the modern woman? Did men create the modern woman? Was it a combination of nature versus nurture? Or is it something more ominous, something that's spiritual and esoteric? But in the meantime, guys, get your tickets ready for the Black Manosphere Conclave. We're going to kill it. We're going to kill the game, guys. Get your tickets. I will be there with some esteemed brothers. And if you know a young man that needs to be sponsored, let me know. If you know of a young man that needs to be sponsored, let me know. And this conversation is important, guys, because what it harkens into is this. Why should men be stoic in modern times? Why should men be stoic in modern times? And is it antiquated to believe in something called love? I've always said you can love a person within reason, but you should never love a person more than you love yourself. And that's why these conversations are so important. So, guys, we're going to get deep into it. If you know a young man that needs to be sponsored, guys, let me know. I'm Machismo TV. And my man Dick, we will more or less assist that. and facilitate that. So let me know, guys, if you know any young man that needs that. We will facilitate it and assist you guys in the process. Shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm, showing love. And once again, guys, that's why it's so important as men to have these conversations, because once again, guys, if it ain't 7,
I am the one to take 2 just to make
kosher.
it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. I am the one to take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7.
And hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. And see, America has become the modern day Babylon. It's become the modern day Babylon. And consistent with Bishop Charles E. Williams, he says it's important that men get ready to go to Zion. And many of you men are getting your passports ready. You are rethinking how you think. You're moving different because you're looking for women that are consistent with your worldview. You're looking for women that are consistent with helping you become the better version of yourself as a man.
I heard the preacher said to them, you've been here long enough. You've been down in Babylon long enough.
And some of you men have been here in Babylon too long. I mean, the woman you're about to see now is a pure case of Babylon on full display. And guys, hopefully I got my issue taken care of now. I got my internet fixed. So hopefully we don't have any more issues because I got this Google Fiber popping. And we're going to kill the game on the night. But before we kill the game, shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm. The Quiet Storm always showing love. Him, James Turner, Gregory Scotland, Top Gun, the Seventh Architect, the Architect, Sean Campbell, always showing love, man. And I forever appreciate it. But I need you guys to do something. Share this stream with at least 5 people. I need these 11 that are watching to share the stream because this show is going to be very important. And you guys are going to see the behaviors that men are talking about here in modern times. But in the meantime, shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm, as he is the #1 sponsor of this stream. And The Quiet Storm said for tonight's therapy session, keep doing excellent work and enjoy the conclave. No doubt. Hopefully we can meet at the next one. I look forward to it, brother. And The Quiet Storm, you are the #1 sponsor of this stream. Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
But the question is, how many of you men have dealt with women that are not only entitled, but women that are very obtuse in nature? Women that minimize your worth as a man, women that are highly disrespectful, and women that challenge your authority also as a man. You've seen it, guys, and I've seen it all too often. What you guys are about to see on tonight in full manifestation is a woman that's consistent with the things that we talk about as men. This woman was on a crime scene camera where she was trying to undermine her father. She was being highly belligerent, and she was being very disrespectful to her father. But I'm going to show you guys something real quick, and you guys are about to see what I'm talking about. But in the meantime, if you have not shared the stream, go ahead and share the stream and hit 1, because we're going down the rabbit hole early. We're going to talk about a tale of two halves, because there's another story of a woman that took the knife and she stabbed her grandfather in the neck or in the face. And imagine, guys, the world that we live in now, where women are stabbing their grandfathers in the face. They're deleting their boyfriends for frivolous reasons. But the incident recently here about this woman that got hit in her face with a brick, this woman was able to raise $25,000 because we live in a culture where there's a percentage of our women that love to be victims. They love to be in a perpetual cycle of victimhood. They see you as the enemy, even though some of you guys, or many of you guys, are decent, hardworking men. And while we know that there are some men that are goofy and ignorant and are complicit in the behavior that they complain about, most guys, in my opinion, or I think a good percentage, I don't know the number, are decent guys. But I'm going to show you guys something, and you guys tell me what y'all think if this is not a byproduct of gross entitlement. And shout out to Top Gun. Top Gun always giving me good ass. Shout out to Top Gun. And I'm going to read it, and you guys will see for yourself. But in the meantime, guys, if you're ready to go down the rabbit hole, hit 1. Number 2, if you've seen women like this, hit 2 and talk about it. And if you got a question for me that you want me to talk about on the show, send a donation, and I'll read your question out loud. So, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole in a minute. We're about to go down the rabbit hole, and we're about to have a good conversation. Thank you, Big Bass, man. Thank you, brother. I don't know what's going on tonight. But, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. But in the meantime, guys, hit the like. Down the rabbit hole we go. This is the part of the show where we assess, examine, collaborate. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys something. And this is a manifestation of what we're talking about. And you guys tell me what y'all think. Is this crazy woman stabs her grandfather in the neck or in the face. And once again, guys, I told you there are 7 steps to male optimization. And shout out to my man Big Bass for his excellent lyrical qualities. And when you understand that the modern female has been trained and conditioned to be misandric, to defy authority, to be the internal victim, and to minimize the functioning of righteous men, then you'll understand why I say if it ain't 7,
I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 of you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 of you out, rest in peace to your baby. I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 of you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 of you out, rest in peace to your baby. 7, if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7, if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7, if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7, if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Ah!
All right, guys, we're going to get into it and look at this foolish situation out here in Louisiana. Hold tight. Let me go back. Let me go back, guys, and show you the information, but hold tight. But anyway, a Louisiana woman stabbed her grandfather in the neck. She stabbed her grandfather in the neck. And I don't recall a time, guys, where we've seen female violence on the rise and where the level of victimhood appears to be manifesting, and where people get off on associating anything with masculine as being violent, because I will argue that by and large, many men are kind and they don't seek to hurt women. But see, the women, guys, that we had in the past, like your great-great-grandmother or your grandmothers, those women were unbreakable and they held each other accountable. And they believed in black love and they believed in black unity. But it would be remiss of me to say that many of the modern women don't believe in that. But in the meantime, shout out to my man John Singleton for the $10 cash out.
Or instead, struggle like Chloe and James Evans. Damn.
It's the money.
But we're going to talk about this hyena, guys, this vicious hyena that stabbed her grandfather in the neck. She stabbed her grandfather in the neck because he told her to go wash her stinking behind.
Let's go pick it just a little bit.
And we're going to talk about our grandfather that probably took her in and she stabbed her grandfather in the neck. Shout out to Top Gun once again for this article. I appreciate it, Top Gun. But a Louisiana woman was arrested after allegedly attacking her grandfather and stabbing him in the face after her grandparents confronted her about lack of showering and hygiene schedule. I don't know if you guys believe in theology, but theology says that in the last days that lawlessness would increase. And as there are 7 steps to male optimization, faith and spirituality also play a role. Who would think that a person or parents that take in their granddaughter and she turns around because she's selfish and narcissistic and entitled and stabs her grandfather in the face? But see, where are the so-called women that are advocates against violence protesting for this old man or this elder? Where are those same women where another black man was shot mercilessly because his wife or girlfriend was out whoring around when she had 3 kids in the area or the neighborhood? Guys, get the likes up and share this stream, please. These shows are very time consuming, so share the stream for me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Enjoy this content for as long as you can because I want to help you guys. So I need you guys to help me too by sharing the stream. And so once again, thank you to the Quiet Storm and my man John Singleton. But the Caddo Parish Sheriff Office said in a press release that they arrested this woman, Carrington Elise Harris, after an investigation revealed that the 22-year-old threw a violent tantrum after her grandfather confronted her over hygienic patterns. Can you imagine, guys, putting a knife in your grandfather's face just because he told you to go wash your stinking behind? But see, guys, this is what happens when you take masculinity out of the homes, where you have kids that are entitled, where you have parents that lack parenting skills, where the parents try to dictate to the kids instead of the parents telling the kids what to do. And what you guys are seeing now, because of all this liberal indoctrination, the chickens are coming home.
America's chickens are coming home to roost.
Beverly said they arrived at the home in Keithville, Louisiana, on a domestic disturbance call. This is a domestic disturbance towards an elder. The elderly couple told law enforcement they argued with their granddaughter after they told her to take a shower. Now listen, 9 times out of 10, this young lady perhaps was not raised by her biological parents, and the grandparents took her in. And we're beginning to see, guys, because some of these women don't take care of their children, and they want you to take care of all of her children. They'll drop their kids off on the grandparents after the grandparents and their glory years raised them. And they expect the taxpayers like yourself to pay for all their children.
Needs to pay for all my children. And mine and Gary, all our suffering, all our pain. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
And that's the level of narcissism and entitlement, guys, that we have now. That's the level of narcissism and entitlement and the lack of self-reflection that we have now. Harris allegedly became irate and started to damage property inside the house. She then allegedly went outside and cut the power to the resident. Can you imagine, guys? You got a whole hyena inside your house that don't respect authority and power. She cut the power of her grandparents.
Let's go back it just a little bit.
Police say that the grandparents trying to restrain Harris, but she escaped. She allegedly went to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and stabbed her grandfather in the face. Where are all the social justice warriors when it comes down to stories like this? Where are the social justice warriors when it comes down to innocent men getting deleted? But once again, a woman that got hit in the face with a brick, even though we don't condone violence, this woman was able to raise $25,000 because they love being the victim. They love attention. And they love seeing men as the boogeyman. After her violent tirade, Harris allegedly darted into the woods by the home and hid from responding officers. Several hours later, police said that the authorities found the woman still hiding in the woods and immediately took her into custody. Harris was booked into the Caddo County Correctional Center where she is being held without bond. Harris' grandfather, who was not identified, was taken to the Wills Knighton South and the Center for Women in Shreveport, Louisiana for medical treatment. The sheriff's office did not provide any information about his condition after the knife attack. But see, the scripture said that they will be disobedient to parents in the last days. And it also said that lawlessness would increase. And we're seeing, guys, manifest right before our eyes lawlessness. Because lawlessness has now become the new norm, as there is no difference between order and there is no difference between respect for the men and the women that are trying to bring forth balance.
Between clean and unclean, put a difference between the holy and unholy. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. There's a difference between a dog and a cat. There's a difference between a sheep and a goat. There's a difference between a son of the devil and a son of God. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me.
some of these women are definitely not sons of God. They are sons of the devil and daughters of the devil because they don't respect structure and order. They don't respect their elders. They don't want to see any structure and order. And they want to do anything and everything they want to do without consequences. And you guys are seeing the chickens come home to roost now because many don't want to hear the truth anymore. They don't want instruction. And that's why you men need to shake the dust off your feet and focus on yourself and focus on the women that want leadership. Focus on the women that want to be led and to be guided. Because the world is totally different than the women of old. But once again, guys, some of this stuff that you're seeing manifest is a byproduct and a condition of negative socialization. That's one. Genetic predisposition. That's two. And I would say spirituality. There are spiritual elements behind the scene that's causing some of this crazy behavior and or bad behavior. Guys, get the likes up, share the stream, donate to the channel. We're about to get deeper into it on tonight. But the rabbit hole, guys, is getting clogged up with foolishness and bad behavior. And I call it mela madness. I call it mela madness. The mela madness is precipitating at an all-time high. And I got another story that I'm going to read in a minute, or I'll save it actually for another story. But once again, guys, if you're in need of a non-diagnostic consultation, come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com. That's kosherclinician@gmail.com for your non-diagnostic consultations. Go check me out. Are you a victim of brokenness and despair? A broken man is a hopeless man, and a hopeless man is a very dangerous man. Many times, many of you young men that are listening come from homes that are very toxic and very dysfunctional. And because of that, many of you have deferred your power in many ways to the point it's led over into your social life and many times led over into your relationships. If you guys are dealing with mental health pathologies, conscious and unconscious, come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com. That's kosherclinician@gmail.com. It's important that you deal with your mental health in order to be a better person for yourself, your loved ones, and also your community. But because mental health is often stigmatized, many of you often suffer in silence. Don't be a victim in silence. And see me once again at kosherclinician@gmail.com. And I need you guys to remember this. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. There are 7 steps that a man must go through in order to become an optimized male. And male mental health is one of those elements that's paramount to the functioning of a man. Be well. Guys, do me a favor and share the stream. I appreciate it if you will. The numbers are low tonight. Don't know what's going on, but that's okay. We're going to go on anyway. But we're about to get into it, guys, on tonight. We're going to get into it. If you guys got the notification, please hit 1. Maybe I started too late. If you got the notification, hit 1. I should have pushed it back to yesterday, but it's okay. We're here now. But, guys, I'm going to show you guys firsthand of entitlement. I mean foolish entitlement. And then, guys, ask me, have you seen, or tell me if you've seen behaviors like this.
September 18th, 2022.
And once again, fair use, guys. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use.
Police were called about a daughter refusing to leave her father's car.
And God, this is the lawlessness and the rebellion that we're talking about. This rebellious woman refused to get out of her father's car. She refused to get out of her father's car. And a lot of these women are like that. Refuse to get out of their father's car. Refused. And it's crazy, guys. And see, there was a time where children would not challenge their fathers or their mothers. But now, with so many parents, as I said earlier, they're not trying to be parents anymore. They're trying to be friends with their parents. And because of that, guys, that's why you are having the problems that you are having now. But consistent, once again, with Teddy Pendergrass, Teddy said you're going to reap what you sow, and you can't hide. You can't hide from yourself. Gonna wake up for tomorrow, so you got to reap what you sow. And many parents are reaping what they sowed because they didn't raise their kids. And I'm not going to judge this man because I don't know. But I'm sure you guys have seen many kids where the kids dictate to the parents instead of the parents dictating to the kids. And while there is nothing wrong with healthy autonomy, it becomes problematic, very problematic, when you allow your kids to supersede your authority as a mother, a father, or a mother. And you guys are going to see, because some said that millennials or zennials might be, hold tight. Not zennials, but Alpha Z might be the most selfish. The most selfish generation. And let me show you guys something real quick before I get into it. This girl is not I don't think she's a millennial, but she's definitely Alpha Z. And some of the behaviors that you guys are seeing is not necessarily mental illness, but it is acculturated narcissism. And acculturated narcissism is when they've been trained and taught to be narcissistic. They've been trained and taught to be narcissistic. And actually, let me read some of this in a minute. I'll read some of it in a minute, or I'll go back into it on the back end. Hold tight. Let me remove it and let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Then we're going to get into the story. But once again, guys, share the stream if you have not donated. Donate to the channel and also hit the like button if you have not hit the like button. Thank you to the 17 that are in. Guys, get the numbers up. I don't know where everybody's at, but that's fine. We'll go with what we got. If we got one, we're going to deal with one until I end this stream. But guys, go get your likes up. And thank you. Hit that like button. Go ahead. Do it now before I reach out into that screen and twist your hand like Aunt Esther. Hit the like button. Thank you. Destroy. Let's look at what the author said. The surprising, boring truth about millennials and narcissism. We stereotype the younger generation as self-absorbed, but behind the headlines lies a nuanced scientific debate. And this is back in a 2018 article. So the question now is, are millennials the most self-centered generation ever? Many people think so. The list of charges against them is as long as familiar. They're immature, lazy, and selfish. And I would say, while there are some decent millennials, sadly, we tend to see these behaviors in millennials. They can't buy houses because they spend all their money on Christmas status stuff like avocado toast. At the core is a single psychological trait, narcissism. The more narcissistic you are, the more excessive you view yourself as powerful, important, and attractive. And that's like this woman that took the brick and threw it at not the brick, but the woman that complained about the brick and raised $25,000. She raised $25,000 because she played the role of a victim, and she's part of the movement that's antithetical to traditional families. When their ego is threatened, narcissists often respond with aggression. And you guys are going to see it in a few minutes. You guys are going to see what I'm talking about. But this generation after 1980 really more narcissistic. But is this generation after 1980 more narcissistic than the ones who came before? Behind the headlines lies a much nuanced debate. For the past decade, academic researchers across North America and Europe have been trying to figure out if narcissism is actually on the rise among college students. The answer is far from clear, which means it might be time to rethink how we view more than 1/4 of the U.S. population. Well, we'll read some of this. I'm not reading all of this article, but I'm trying to give you guys some groundwork to what I'm talking about. But as a licensed therapist, I see it, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. The academic debate trends in narcissism has played out in a series of papers, each claiming to use better statistical methods and better data than the previous ones. In these papers, researchers aren't studying the personality disorder of narcissism, because there is a personality disorder, but rather the personality trait. And like I told you guys, a lot have narcissistic traits, but they don't necessarily have a personality disorder. We all have narcissistic traits, and some of us have more than others. The anthropologist Michael Maccabi draws a distinction between unproductive narcissism and a more productive kind, which is found in many successful leaders. Productive narcissists are not only risk takers willing to get the job done, but also charmers who can convert the masses with their rhetoric, he writes. But there's a danger. Narcissism can turn unproductive people when lacking self-knowledge and restraining anchors. Narcissists become unrealistic dreamers, which pretty much sums up millennials, say some research. And we know that there's some millennials that are cool, but millennials have more than likely or more than less been charged with having narcissistic traits. In a foundational paper, John Twing, co-author of The Narcissistic Epidemic, and her colleagues reviewed 85 studies that surveyed more than 16,000 college students between 1979 and 2006. Here and in subsequent studies, the surveys are not following individual students over time, but rather capturing a snapshot of students in a given year, allowing us to compare the undergraduates of the 80s to the undergraduates of the 2000s, for example. The research found that college students were becoming more narcissistic by a full 30% from 1982 guys to around 2006. Now, what does that mean to you guys? It means that we're in a crisis. UC's Davis, Callie, Torinsky and colleagues responded by analyzing surveys of nearly 27,000 students at 3 universities of California campuses, Berkeley, Santa Cruz, and Davis from 1979 to 2007. The results indicated no change in narcissism. They claimed that their analysis used a better statistical technique and less biased respondents. The participants were introduction to psychology students completing obligatory testing rather than students who chose to sign up based on a study based on advertisement, which might attract a certain type of person. But the question is, guys, I'm not going to read all of this. It's just too much to read. But the question is this generation narcissistic? Let's read to the bottom. So why people exaggerate the question. They forget how they used to act as a young age, a time and development where it makes sense to focus on your own identity goals. Narcissism does not indeed naturally decline with age. Some groups may have agendas, not all, which are transparent. Critics of current trends in parenting and education gain some ammunition from citing a narcissism epidemic, even if research doesn't actually think the link to the two. And see, researchers a lot of times can be biased too. The methodology can be biased. And there's a concept called confirmation bias where sometimes even the researchers have to make sure that they're not being biased in their analysis. Employers who are struggling to retain young employees don't have to change the company culture if they can't blame millennials' selfishness. I'm not going to read all of that, but guys, y'all tell me what y'all think, and we're going to get into the story. We're going to get into the story to say the least, but this is fair use. I just want to give some groundwork to the conversation, guys. Are millennials narcissists or narcissistic, in your opinion? And y'all look at the foolishness of this young lady and how she responded to her father. Shout out to my man T. Kings for the 2. He says strong fathers are needed against violent children. Yes, sir, no doubt. Thank you, sir.
I don't know. She's got a lot of problems in life and can't seem to solve them. So I offered to give her a ride, and now
this is my dad, and I think he's, I don't know exactly what's going on, but he has to...
And also shout out to my man Kevin White for the $5 cash out. Kevin White, I appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin White, for the $5 cash out. Thank you, Kevin White. You're dynamite. Thank you, brother Kevin White. Right, and also to the Quiet Storm being the #1 sponsor of the stream. I appreciate it. The free world guys that are here on tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're waiting on him to what? To get out of the building? To come drive the car? He just parked us here, so I don't know. Yeah, but you know he doesn't have to drive you anywhere, but it's his car. He doesn't have to take you anywhere if he doesn't want to. I understand. Well, he already took me here, so I'm in the car. I'd like to, go back to my house whenever he's ready, basically. So I'm just sitting in the car. Okay, but do you realize that if...
Now remember, they asked her to get up out of the car. Watch this crazy woman become belligerent, not only to her father, fair use, but also being belligerent to law officials. And it makes you wonder if she have underlying mental illness or if she's just a victim of the current culture that we live in.
I want to take you. You have to get out because it's his car, it's his property. I don't think so. I think no, I'm letting you know that that's how that works. Okay, well, I'm gonna be sitting here. So, whenever he's ready. But he doesn't want to drive. You don't want to drive her home?
No, I do not.
I think he might be having some sort of like early dementia or something, but he is not acting like himself. We were just gonna go to Starbucks, and then he said that he had to go, and I can't remember if he said he needed to take a package somewhere.
He had me bring her down here. I got her a couple of gift cards because she doesn't have a job.
He did. He just got me a gift card.
She's supposed to be in a rehab facility, but somehow managed to get kicked out of it and showed up back at the apartment. So I felt sorry for her, my mistake, gave her more money, gave her more things to do, took her here so she could get food. Not only did she not get food, she refused to get out of the car, and now she refuses to get out.
And God, this is a condition where the father got to take some blame because she was in rehab. Don't know what she's in rehab for. But the father sounds like a daddy simp. He sounds like a daddy simp because he said he gave her money he shouldn't have. And let me tell you something, God. This woman was so bad. This woman was so bad, guys, that the psychiatric center had to kick her out. And you know it gets bad when the psychiatric center kicks you out of facility, but because you can't follow structure and you can't follow order. This is crazy. Hold tight.
Out of it at all.
I'm just trying to spend the day with them,
sorry,
or like go out and run errands. We're just trying to run errands.
You said she was evicted from the apartment. Does she not? So that's not where she lives anymore.
I still live there.
She is in the process of eviction. I don't think they got a final order for it yet.
Okay.
So she can still be there. But
It doesn't really matter either way. Where I live normally. I'm not trying to live in this car. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but you're not trying to get out of this car.
Correct.
Which right now you're breaking the law because it's not your car. So you're trespassing.
So I go on Ubers.
Okay.
Ubers
With
or
the permission of the person. He does not want you in his car. You're trespassing in his okay, so we can play this game, but you're gonna get arrested. I mean, that's literally how it's gonna be, or you could just step out of the car. Like, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I'm trying to explain something to you, and you're not really willing to listen.
You explained it to me, but I would like to shut my door now.
I'm not doing that. It's not your door. It's not your car.
Okay, I'll just ignore that then.
just get out, Alex. You're making a show
His door?
Look how arrogant this girl is. Look how arrogant she is, guys. Look how arrogant she is. Look how arrogant she is. The cops told her to get out of the car, and she's choosing to be defiant and disobey order.
I'm not trying to make a show out of it. It's just like, it's frustrating.
You see the problem. I didn't want to touch her at this point.
No, I understand. I mean, it's definitely your car, and you want her out of the car. Can you understand, please?
I shouldn't have agreed to do it. She's had long
64, 65, 28.
Enabling this bad behavior, and it's my fault. I enabled one more time.
So it's not your car. If you want to out, you're trespassing. You gotta get out.
Well, I think there's a misunderstanding. I think something's going on with my dad because he's not acting like himself.
No, he's acting pretty normal to me.
No, I think he's acting like
Alex negative on a 2021 blue four-door registered in Jackson.
Maybe like he has early onset like dementia, Alzheimer's.
Can we talk outside of the car?
No. You guys are right here. I'm fine. I'm not stepping out.
Look at how she's mocking her dad by saying he has early Alzheimer's. Look at how she's mocking her father by saying he has early Alzheimer's. Look how she's mocking her father, guys. She's mocking her father by saying he has early Alzheimer's. Make it make sense. She is mocking her father by saying he has early Alzheimer's. And this is the kind of world, guys, that we live in. This is the kind of world that we live in now, where there's a lack of accountability and people don't take ownership for their bad behavior. They don't take ownership for their bad behavior. Hold tight.
And I feel like usually you ask people not to step out of the car.
Why won't you get out? Why don't you want to get out?
It's on principle at this point.
But you understand that you're probably going to end up going to jail then, right?
You do know that usually, like, if you pulled me over on a highway, we'd both have to pull over, park together.
Well, we're not doing
and
that.
I would not be allowed out of my vehicle, in fact. You'd say, roll down the window and please present your papers to me. That's what you would say. And I would give
But
you
I
that
may,
information
sometimes
and
I also
stay in
ask
the
a lot of
car
people
while
out of the car too.
Okay, well, this isn't...
But your dad wants you out of the
This
car.
doesn't feel like a very real situation. Like, and it doesn't feel like...
Now, listen to the dad pleading with this wild woman. Listen to the father pleading pleading with this wild woman. And look at her not responding. He's pleading and she's not responding to the admonition of her father. She's semi-mocking him, and semi-being defiant. And how many of you guys hit one if you've seen women like this woman? Hit one if you've seen women like this woman. Hit one if you've seen women like this woman, because I'm sure you guys have seen women like this pathetic woman that's challenging authority. Because all too often we see women just like her, not only challenging her father, but challenging the men or the people in her community. And that's the problem, guys, that we have. And some of that is a byproduct of being narcissistic, sadly.
We're bothering anyone?
So do you want to press charges for trespassing?
I do.
I mean, you can't just press charges like that. You can. No, you can't.
So do you want to get out of the car or not?
Don't you guys have anything better to do today?
Now listen to this fool, this delusional young lady. She's telling the cops that you can't press charges like that. How many of you men have seen women trying to tell authority how to do their job? This woman is so delusional that she's telling authority that they can press charges. Almost like Satan telling God that he can't be God because this woman is highly...
Actually do.
Yeah, like, so I don't know what you guys are up to.
For you to
Why
get
don't
out
you
so
drive
we don't
around in
have
your
to-
cars?
I don't want to take a ride to the jail.
I would love to.
I would hate
You know what? I love riding around places. I love going on errands. I love driving. Love all of it.
This is going to be one of those situations on when you go down to the jail. People are like, what are you in for? And you say, because I wouldn't get out of the car. People are going to be like, that's a stupid reason to go to jail. I mean, really.
And this woman's about to go to jail, guys. All because she didn't want to comply. All because she don't want to comply with authority. You guys have seen it all too often, and so have I, where they don't want to comply with authority. They want to challenge authority, and then they want to play the victim. They want to challenge authority. They want to complain about authority, but then play the victim. And you're seeing it manifest in this crazy hyena that's manifest right before your eyes.
Roxy. Yeah, let's go back it just a little bit.
There's really not a really good reason to go to jail, but that's really stupid.
Well, it's more stupid of you guys because it's just a lot of paperwork and a
We
lot
don't
of trouble.
want to be here, but we're public servants. We've been called here.
You're not a servant.
We've been summoned here. So we're here to solve a problem. Unfortunately,
Do you have a payroll?
the problem is that you're in the car.
And guys, let me tell you something. I worked in law enforcement in the past. I worked with the Department of Juvenile Justice, and I worked as a mental health CO. And I dealt with people that were that had mental challenges. But I don't know if this woman is mentally ill or it's a combination of mental illness and negative socialization. This woman is actually challenging the cops. Make it make sense.
It's to solve the problem.
I don't think there's not a solution. There isn't a solution.
The solution is that you step out, either stand over here, you could sit, there's a bench over here, there's a bench there, there's a bench over there. Okay, yeah, go ahead and stand out of the car.
No, I stepped out. It's fine. Please allow me to.
No, you're not closing the door, so.
I don't want to shut it on you. I don't want to, like. I can promise you, you're not. Please stop touching this car because it's not your car. It's not yours either. Well, that's okay.
Alright, you're gonna end up.
No.
You're gonna end up.
You are. Stop. Step on out. I'm just gonna pull you out. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna come out of the car. So do we have to make this harder? I don't want to. Don't pull my arm out of its socket. Please step out. Don't touch me.
Just hold, we'll just get the statement. We're not in a hurry.
Okay. Don't touch me. Don't molest me. Please.
What's gonna end up happening is we're gonna end up having to use force on you.
I would like to press charges for assault and assault charge. I just was assaulted. Battery.
This crazy woman told the cop not to molest her. Think about it, guys. She told the cops not to molest her. They're trying to be patient. They're trying to work with this crazy woman. But see, this woman is consistent, guys, with so many that play the role of a victim. And then when you had to put their hands on them, just or unjust, they're still playing the victim. Because many love being the victim. They love being the victim versus taking ownership for their bad behavior and self-introspecting. And so once again, imagine this had been like a regular guy or whatever. This woman that you guys see, that's obviously a violent criminal. She's obviously violent anytime you're defying the authority. And somebody perhaps would have raised, if someone had hurt her, she would have raised money and said that John Doe or someone else, they hurt me. And that's the kind of behavior, guys, that we're seeing now in modern times with these crazy women. And it's unfortunate.
I want to press charges for battery. I want to press charges.
It's unlawful.
I would like to press charges.
You don't get to.
I'm being held against my will.
Great, get out of the car.
No, I'm being held against my will. Please leave.
No. So, these are the options. You can get out of the car, you can leave on your own accord, you can walk away, or you're going to end up going with us.
Get a judge or something. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
And guys, look at all the coddling that these people are trying to do with this crazy woman. Look at how they're trying to coddle her.
Mail me some papers.
They're trying to coddle this woman. Look at how they're trying to coddle her.
Like, let me know. Are you going to give me a ticket? Why don't you just give me a ticket?
Look at how they're trying to coddle her. And you're going to see at some point that they're getting sick of and frustrated because this girl is not listening. She's challenging authority. She's minimizing authority. And she thinks she's more important than the authority figures that are actually dealing with her. And we see this behavior, guys, all too often in many forms, many platforms, and many parts of society.
We've tried that. We're trying to get you out.
No, you didn't. But anyway, my dad is obviously like demented and he's got like an issue that I can't diagnose, right? I don't know what to.
Look at how this woman is disrespecting her father. She said her father is demented. Think about it. Think about how crazy this woman is. Think about it.
Because he's getting older. Yes, in fact, we live at the same building. Okay. I am his caretaker. So.
You're his caretaker?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And you know what?
And how do you care for him?
I take care of him.
How?
I take care of him.
You work?
Yes, I do. I work a lot. I do things. It doesn't matter. What do you do?
You sound a lot like my brother used to sound before he burned my mom's house down.
What do you do? You just like police stuff? What is that? What is policing?
That is literally my job. I'm a supervisor. But here's the issue. Your father is wanting you out of the car. He's willing to press charges. Therefore, you're going to end up going with us because you're refusing to get out of the car. I literally cannot be nicer to you.
It's like, what if you were in my doorway at my house and like you were holding it?
Different scenario, different rules, different times, different things. Okay? This isn't your car.
Is that your street?
It's part of the city.
Is that your pavement?
It's the city's.
Or is just that your stone?
It's the city's.
Okay,
So,
the city,
why
okay, in the
don't you
brick.
wanna get out of the car?
Who runs the city? Who owns the pavement? I want to talk to whoever owns the road.
Who do you think that would be?
I don't know. I think you would have to try to get in contact with them or something.
I don't have to do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, this woman has definitely lost her rocker. And look at how patient they are with this crazy woman. Look how patient they are with this woman. Look how patient they are, guys. And look at how entitled that this woman is. Look how entitled she is.
Talk to the bank that rents out that pavement. I don't know what to tell you. Call someone. But it'd be really cool if you would just let me shut the door. I'm not a dog dying in a hot car, okay?
You go by Alex, Alexander, or you go by?
What am I called?
Yeah, what do you go by? Do you like to be called Alex, Alexander?
I don't like to be called at all.
You know what?
I don't like to be called at all.
Okay, what is your name?
You want to put where you see your daughter?
Why do you need to know that?
All right, Alexandria. I'm again going to politely ask you to get out of the car.
I would tell you my name if I wanted to.
Things are going to go not your way in a minute.
I don't have them.
And I would prefer them not go down that way. Yeah, but they're going to get worse. They're going to...
This entitled woman is saying, I'll tell you my name if I want to. I'll tell you my name if I want to. Basically challenging authority. And God, this is what happens when you have a generation of kids that haven't been raised like kids of old. It goes right back to what Teddy Pendergrass said. For tomorrow, so you gotta reap what you sow. And many parents, guys, they're reaping what they sow because what you're seeing now is a manifestation of bad, entitled behavior.
Get worse. Because Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to get forcefully taken out of the car, and I don't want to do that. Because I don't want us to get hurt, and I don't want you to get hurt. So I really would like you to get
And the guy's pleading with her.
I have to force you to get out of it.
And she's saying whatever. But watch this woman, guys, play the victim in a minute, like so many do. Watch her play the role of the victim, like so many do. She's about to play the role of the victim, like so many of the past. Watch her play the role of the victim. Because once again, she can't take ownership for her bad behavior. Blaming everybody else without self-introspection. And guys, we see it all too often. You've seen it, and I've seen it. And we wonder why we keep having these same circular conversations over and over and over and over and over again.
Or that force doesn't have to be used.
Defiance.
That's your choice.
Defiance.
So you understand the risk that you're taking with this, right? Okay. That's...
No. You're insulting me. What are you doing?
Alright.
No, I'm not going to. Why?
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
You're under arrest.
No.
You're going to be
I'm
facing
not under arrest.
And she's still arguing with authority, guys.
No.
You're placed under arrest for trespassing and resisting.
You can't do that.
We can.
No, you're not going to. You're not going to. Stop. Stop.
I wish we didn't have to.
Stop.
I wish we didn't have
Stop.
to. We tried to work it out with you.
Stop.
For whatever reason you decided
Stop.
not to.
Stop policing me.
Bye, Alex.
I'm sorry that this is the way that it had to go.
This is not the law. This isn't lawful. I'm not resisting. No, stop searching me. Stop touching me. I have to search you. You're molesting me. You're sexually assaulting me.
She said she's telling the law that this is not the law. She said that they are assaulting her. Look at this foolishness, guys. Look at this foolishness. She's about to be in the state pen or the state county jail soon, singing Mr. Rogers' neighborhood song.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
And you guys are seeing women like her all too often in modern times, guys. I've seen it, and you've seen it. And it's a problem. It is a problem that needs to be addressed, and it's a problem that needs to be discussed.
You are sexually assaulting me. No.
It's not.
Yes, she
No,
is.
she's not.
Dad, help me.
Now she's telling her dad to help her. The dad she called demented, and the dad that she was disobedient to. And I don't know if this girl got mental illness or if it's a combination of mental illness and entitlement. But she's definitely wild, guys. And you guys are seeing it on full display.
Please help me. Please help me.
Stop.
Get off me.
Stop.
Get off me.
Stop. Resisting. Now you're getting a felony.
You have violated the
Get
law.
off me. Stop touching me.
Stop resisting.
Stop touching me.
Stop resisting.
Stop touching me. He's mentally ill. Stop touching me. Oh, my arm.
Sit in the
Stop
car.
it.
Sit in the car.
Stop it. Can you please pick up your legs and sit in the car? I don't want to have to help you.
I got it. Sorry.
Get off me! Stop touching me!
Close the door.
I can't.
I'm sorry. She may be under the influence. I'm so sorry.
You too?
Yes.
So we're on 2 charges, resisting.
They don't know if she's under the influence, but once again, guys, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys, and it's unfortunate.
Okay. Listen, if you try to hurt us again, you're going to either end up getting tased.
Me hurt you? You guys were hurting me.
Okay. Well, you
guys
kicked both
actually
of them.
assaulted me.
You kicked both of them.
You grabbed me and then she touched my breast for
here's
no
the-
reason.
What?
So I don't really know.
you to
So
take a
you
deep
touched
breath.
me inappropriately as well on my skin.
Take
You know
a
that you
deep
don't need
breath.
to contact me like that. I was
Take
in
a
handcuffs
deep
already.
breath and listen to what I'm telling
My
you.
hands were behind my back. So
Your
no,
hands-
you shouldn't have searched me like that, and I should have
didn't
gotten
search
searched privately, first of all. You should have
Listen
not
to what
been
I'm
out
telling
here,
you.
not with her and doing it,
Here's the
second.
thing.
And you're embarrassing me
We're
in
gonna
public.
open the door.
You're actually kind of, it's libel. It's a lot of libel.
Listen, you're embarrassing yourself. We're going to open the door. Okay. You're going to get put back in handcuffs. If you fight us,
Do you have a, like, liability policy? Like, do you guys have, like, some sort of, like, commercial health
do
insurance?
not fight us, okay?
What are you so scared of? I don't want to give back my. I want them. Why don't I get the paper? No, don't touch me. See? You're touching me again. Stop it. Open the door for me. Stop touching me.
Look at how aggressive she is, guys. Look at how aggressive she is, and look at how defiant she is. This woman is challenging law enforcement. And once again, she was so bad that she was kicked out of the mental health facility. Look at her, guys.
I don't want to. No, what are you doing now? No, same thing we were doing before. Just going back and forth. Okay? You're under arrest. Miranda rights. Miranda rights? Nope.
Stop resisting.
If you resist,
You are resisting.
I'm resisting.
Yes, you are. So stop. You've already got battery on LEO. Stop.
On a Leo?
Yes.
On an August birthday?
She hate on the Leos, man. She making the Leos look bad, man. She say on the Leos, she one of them dog Leos, man. She's personification of the arrogant Leos, because Leos can be arrogant, but she one of them dog Leos, man. She said on an August birthday on a Leo. Yeah, Leos can be arrogant, man. Deion Sanders is a Leo, and cocky too. But we got good hearts. I'm a Leo, but I'm a good one. But this woman is crazy.
On a Leo? What? No. Get off me. I don't want to be handcuffed. I don't want to be tied down. Stop it.
Nobody women does want that.
You're constricting me. I can't breathe. You're constricting me. You're not doing anything. You're hurting me. You are physically hurting me right now. My chest hurts, my head hurts, my hands hurt, my wrist hurts. I know it hurts. And my shoulder blades, and my shoulders, and my back. Which is where all my organs are, by the way, so thank you. You would just cooperate. You're not cooperating. You are not cooperative. We are not a co-op. We are not a co-op. We are not a corporation. We are not a co-op. You're not a cop. You're a robber. You're stealing me. You're kidnapping me. You're abducting me. Ow, you're hurting me. Ow, no, stop doing it.
She said you're kidnapping me. She said that they are abducting her. She said that they are abducting her. She must be an illness of a third kind. But see, guys, this is what mental illness could potentially look like. Or is it a combination of between mental illness and entitlement? Which one is it? Because we see it happen all too often, guys. We see it happen all too often. And this young lady is a special case, to say the least. And guys, y'all can see here that the cops are getting noticeably frustrated. Now, look at them playing the victim, guys. That's what they all do. They start trouble, and then they turn around and play the victim. And that's what you call a narcissistic injury. They start trouble, and then they turn around and play the victim. How many times have you guys seen that? They start trouble and then turn around and play the victim. And this is what this woman is doing. She's playing the victim because she didn't want to take ownership for her bad behavior. Screaming and hollering like a pig, but she's the one that was disrespectful to law enforcement. Being a cop, guys, is dangerous and it's also highly stressful. She calling the cops creeps. She calling the cops creeps. Calling the cops creep, guys. Make it make sense, guys. What kind of world are we living in where the law enforcement can't even do their job? And when you got entitled chicks like this that are blaming law enforcement where the evidence is saying that this woman is either under the influence or is a combination of drugs and being under the influence at the same time. Make it make sense. Because obviously it doesn't make any sense. But once again, guys, I've seen it. Y'all have seen it. The whole world has seen it. We've all seen these type of women, guys. And like I said, guys, it's not a black woman issue. It is a modern woman issue. It's a modern woman issue. It's a modern woman issue. And it's unfortunate.
Sit down. You can put the seatbelt on you.
Get me out! Let me out!
It's not happening, so.
Open the door! Open it! Can I go? Bring me to the hospital right now. I can't breathe. I'm too hot. I can't breathe. I'm gonna have a seizure. I just turned the AC up for you, okay? You gotta give it a second. I just turned off the AC. You'll be able to get some air in a couple seconds, okay?
I need Bravo 2.
I don't know what that means. Take me to the hospital. Take me to the ER. To the ED. Take me for medical clearance. You'll get medical clearance at the jail. No, they don't medically clear you. They do. No, they don't. Absolutely. No, they do not. They do an intake form. That's not the same. I need a physical exam. Who's the elected person in this jurisdiction? Take me to them. I don't even know this is your jurisdiction. I don't know who you are. You're kidnapping me. Give me a ride. Give me a ride home. Turn the car around.
This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. And we've seen it all too often. We see women like this. We see people with this level of entitlement all too often, guys.
Reverse. Reverse.
So once again, guys, in this situation, what do you guys think it was? Do you think it was mental illness, drugs, entitlement? Or do you think it was a combination of both? Or combination of both? Is this becoming the norm, guys, all too often, sadly, from a lot of our young people and many young folks in modern times? But I wanted to do this, guys, to show you guys that the world has conditioned many young women to be eternal victims. And that's why I always like to take the time, guys, to send a special shout out, a special thank you to all the sisters that make good choices, to all the sisters that are striving, to all the women that are trying to be the better version of themselves. Because there are some noble women that don't get the proper recognition that they do. Women like this overshadow the good righteous sisters that are striving to do the right thing. So shout out to those women. But guys, we're gonna end the stream in a minute. But once again, you guys see this all too often. And guys, if you don't have your tickets, go get your tickets from the Black Manosphere Conclave. Go get your tickets, guys. Because the entitlement, guys, is unreal. And guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. out to my man, Money Man Mark. I didn't even see it, Money Man Mark. My man, Money Man Mark, showing love. And Money Man Mark, if you want to come through, man, you can talk about this if you want to. If not, we're going to end the stream. Money Man Mark with a $20 cash out. Him and my man, The Quiet Storm, are the #1 sponsors of the stream. And Money Man Mark, I appreciate it, brother. And that's a deal, right? I appreciate the Money Man Mark.
It's a bet, right?
That's a deal, right? Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
No doubt, no doubt. So I see some of the guys got the tickets. And guys, to the other ones that don't have the tickets, guys, let's get ready to have a good time. We're going to kill the game, guys. We're talking about male empowerment. We're talking about liberating good black men that are looking for righteous women. And if you can't find your wife here in America, then you need to start planning to find your wife from abroad. If you can't find her here in America, you need to start planning to find your wife from abroad. And once again, guys, this is a clip. This is a scholarship with Machismo TV. Will be sponsoring a young man. If y'all know a young man that want to go to the conclave, we'll pay for the ticket. And the food. He's only responsible for his flight, and he's only responsible for the room. If y'all know someone in Atlanta that want to come, a young man that we can sponsor, let us know. And we'll get in contact with Shannon or Obsidian. And guys, we'll go from there. But guys, the entitlement is all too often, guys. It happens all too often. And guys, that's why I told you guys, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, guys, y'all know it ain't right.
I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to your baby. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Ah!
Between clean and unclean, put a difference between the holy and unholy. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. There's a difference between a dog and a cat. There's a difference between a sheep and a goat. There's a difference between a son of the devil and a son of God. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me.
All right, guys, my man, Money Man Mark in the back. Money Man Mark, just show your face so I can see you in the back, brother. I'm going to bring you up. I can't see you, bro. Okay, I see you, brother. All right, you can turn it off. I see you now. All right. All right, Money Man Mark, how you doing, brother? What's going on, man?
Hey, good brother.
How you doing, sir?
Thanks again to you for having not only the best show on YouTube, but the best show in the world that gets at the psychological, spiritual, mental root problems of any and all problems. You're the only one doing it. So.
Yeah, well, they might enjoy it for as long as they can enjoy it, man, because I don't know how much longer I can do it, man. I got to make it worth my time.
I know it.
I appreciate the good brothers like yourself, the Quiet Storm, and all the others, man. But what's your take on this, man? What's your take on this? What's your take on this conversation?
Like you always do, you hit the nail on the head. It's entitlement, but the active principle at work here is there's an African proverb that says, when there is a problem, anytime there's a problem, don't check the fruit and don't get mad at the fruit. check the tree. And see, the parents and adults are the tree. The kids are the fruit. So this is just an extension and a manifestation of the problems that you talk about and go deeper than anybody all the time. You talk about this all the time. And it's just a symptom of a greater problem. Like I said, the only problem, we only have one problem in the whole Black community. And it's not drugs, it's not alcohol, it's not premarital sex. The problem is fatherlessness. All the fathers have been killed off. You that 1 in a million father that's in the house with your children raising them. And that's our one and only problem. The black man's been wiped out.
Yeah, I think that plays a major role. It definitely plays a major role. I agree with that. I don't think that's the only problem. This woman had a father, but he appeared to be a daddy simp. What I'm learning, man, is that you can have a father. Well, I take that back because my kids are awesome kids. I got excellent kids because I'm a masculine dad, and I don't tolerate no BS. My kids are great kids.
Yes,
but
sir.
You can have a father in the house. If the father's not a masculine man, he's not a normal leader. If he's not a fair leader, then the kids go astray. So
that's not a father. That's a sperm donor. I don't mean a sperm donor. I mean somebody that's got a brain working like yours. That uses logic, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, class, culture, refinement, a high civilization, not being a savage, luxury, money, good homes, and and friendships in all walks of life, such as yourself.
Right.
Cultured and refined.
Right.
Not just skeeting nut and skeeting sperm and skeeting up in a woman. That ain't no damn father.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%, brother.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen more of these behaviors manifest more so now than maybe in your younger years? Did you see it a lot years ago? I don't think we had these issues. Brother, years ago, man. But I definitely think it's being manifest more so now than it have before in the past.
It started in '92 with the crap music. I mean the crap music. I mean the shit music. I mean the rap music. You gotta watch your language. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. With the crap music, or I mean rap music. It started with that crap music and crack cocaine. The nuclear bomb, those 2 nuclear bombs that destroyed every Black community from Los Scandalous, Californicate to New York City, every Black community in between. And the father was removed. So when you take the father out, the father is the policeman and security guard of the house. He says what goes. We determine the culture and the pulse and the temperature of everything. We say what goes and what doesn't go. That doesn't exist anymore. The kids are, as they say in the hood, the kids are raising theyself. The kids are raising themselves. And they're left to their own devices, and they make up their own stupid ass rules off of the new father. What has replaced the Black father is the rap video, and that's why all the Black females are dressing like and acting like hoes. That's where they get everything from. A father teaches the value of everything. It is a father that teaches how to love. And he enforces the rules and laws of the house and the neighborhood and the community. That doesn't exist anymore. Blacks are the only ones without a damn father in mass. So you see, it's popular to disrespect. It's popular to disrespect your elders now.
Right.
It's in style to disrespect your elders now.
Right.
And then all that started around in the late 80s. And now they call you old school. The crappers and the crap music. I mean the rap music teaches its listeners that if you're over 30, you're an old man. even though God in the Bible says that a baby is 100 years old, but they think, this generation thinks that if you're over 30, you're an old man.
Right.
And all this crazy insanity. It's just the last days, like the Bible said.
Yeah, yes, it's definitely the last days, man. I've never finally true seen so much lawlessness.
Right.
From our kids, from our women, even some of our men, because they're disobeying God by not holding their women accountable. And
right.
And it's unfortunate, man. What did you think about the woman that stabbed her grandfather in the neck? What did you think about that, real quick?
Perfect example of what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a woman. That's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And she just we're all products of our environment. And that crap music, that dog crap rap music. Nigga, kill your own people. I got more dope than you. I got more money than you. My rims is bigger than yours. All this crap that these fools are listening to is turning them into murderers.
Oh, yeah,
and so that
definitely influenced them. Right.
Yeah, that puts larceny in their heart. That puts criminality in their heart. That puts stealing and robbing in their heart. It puts murder in their heart. It puts fornication in their heart. All the evil that's mentioned in, what is that, 2 Timothy 2:3, where men will be in the last days, dangerous times are to come, where men will be lawless, truce breakers,
right,
incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good,
right,
without natural affection, truce breakers, dishonest, disobedient, disloyal, disrespect. It tells you right in the scripture, disrespectful of parents, right there in that scripture.
Yeah, disobedient to parents. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So God warned us in the scripture, brother.
Oh yeah. We're seeing it manifest right before our eyes. Do you remember a time where kids were this bad, man? You're a little older than me.
No, sir.
I don't remember a time finally the truth where kids were this bad and this disrespectful, man.
God in the Bible says it best. This is a time like no other time.
I agree.
And the book of Isaiah said, children will lead the parents and women would rule over them. And see, it prophesied in Isaiah. What's going on? Our damn women and children are ruling over the black community. And black females, congratulations. You've done an excellent job of running the black community into the damn ground. You've done a perfect job of running the black community into the damn ground. Congratulations.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna put it on all sisters, but sadly, by enough, the ones that have played a role in it, they played a crazy role in it, and it's unfortunate, man. And with these next elections coming up, I won't be surprised if some turn around and make some of the same bad choices they made, because I think our women more or less. And look, I don't like getting into politics, but there are 7 steps to male optimization.
Right.
And politics is one of those 7 steps. You got to get the right policies in place if you want to be an optimized male, because part of being an optimized male is making sure that the policies that you're advocating for, it's not causing you to be in the state of distress. Right.
Right. Yes, sir. Government and it's called government and jurisprudence.
Right. So that's one of the 7 steps, man.
Right. The laws of the land must support the culture, and the culture must support the laws of the land.
Right. No, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. Well, let's say you're getting from the conversation, man. We're gonna end the stream in a minute, brother.
Oh, it's just the same thing we've been talking about. You see, it's straight out of the Moynihan plan of 1964. Our sisters, our black females, in the Moynihan report, they chose welfare and public assistance over their black men. They wanted, and by doing so, 99.9%, not all, but 99.9% of our sisters a marriage contract between most of our sisters and white men. That's why we can't do nothing with them. Today, we have a 90% divorce rate to prove it. And nobody ever thought about the divorce rate is equal to the fat overweight rate. 90% of our sisters are fat and overweight. We got a 90% divorce rate. 80% of the divorces are started and initiated by the females.
Mm-hmm.
The females have joined, our black females have joined the Ku Klux Klan and declared war against us, and that's the problem. Mm-hmm. They have to end the war against us. The gynocracy, female control, has to be destroyed. And if the men aren't put back in control and aren't put back in power and don't restore power, not put back. If we don't take back power and restore control and restore order, it will never happen.
Right. Well, I don't think it's going to happen in this lifetime, man. I think we are making some small trends. Men are beginning to wake up. The ones that don't have kids, they're beginning to travel abroad. They're getting the passports, and they're getting with women that are cooperative and women that respect and honor them as men. And, you know, we said it not one time, but many times, you know, black men love black women, the ones that are agreeable.
The real ones.
Right, the real sisters, man. We love black women. But, you know, just like the girl that got the brick upside her face, and I don't condone violence, but come to find out, she slapped somebody.
Right.
And she was disrespectful the whole time.
That was staged. She staged that. She did that for clickbait and to get views. And somebody said, and
she got money. She raised from what I heard, she raised $25,000, man.
Exactly. Because ain't no brother bricking no female up because he don't get no phone number.
Yeah, by and large, I agree with that. I mean, are there cases? Yeah, but not in that case. Not to that extreme. That's extreme, man. That's
staged. That was staged. That's a publicity stunt. And when, like Ringo said, ain't no blood. Well, wasn't no blood on the face. If you getting bricked up, where the blood at? Bricks scratch. Bricks don't make. What she get hit with, a rubber brick? Mm-hmm. She must have got hit by a rubber brick, which I've never seen before. I never heard of, but she got hit with a damn rubber brick. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy, man. And Bricky, like a brother said, she's Bricky Minaj.
He said Bricky Minaj. Shout out to my man MC Recovery and Wellness for the 2. He said my uncle in Atlanta, Georgia wants a ticket. Paying as I go. Yeah, well, you know, we're trying to sponsor young men. We're trying to start a movement, man, for some of these young men that need to go. I think it's going to be very important. But you're dynamite, and I appreciate
lucky
it.
Person.
But anything
you got
else,
the number right, because you are talking to kids. A dynamite! You're dynamite!
Numbers are sort of low tonight, but that's okay. We're going to keep going.
And then brother Ringo and Sister Crimson Cure both did a full show on. She's got other videos where she's promoting Alphabet, and she said,
I heard about that.
Yeah, she said on there that I hope you kissing on a girl. I hope you girls are kissing on another girl, and I hope I get me a girl tonight. And was shaking her booty while she was saying it, and then she slapped that white man. And then when she faked that brick on her head, she said she ain't never did nothing to nobody, and got several violent videos on her page.
Right, she took them down.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right, but people already copied them before she got them down, and they still available on Ringo and Crimson Cure.
Right.
All that was staged.
Yeah. They love being victims, man.
Playing the role.
Yeah, they love being. I call them the internal victimhood.
Yeah, and then she faked that brick, and then come out. All these sisters coming out. Y'all black men don't protect black women. Here's the proof of it. Oh, come on now. And the brother standing there, she said, y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it. And the brother hit the nail on the head. He said, "What we supposed to do about it?
Right.
You out here unprotected with no man and whatnot. If somebody hit her with a brick, why didn't she get a picture? The first thing you're gonna do is get a picture of the dude that did it so you can show the police."
Right. That's too much like common sense, man. But it was, like you say, it was all staged. It was all for well, I'm not gonna say stage because she did get hit, but she was definitely trying to. She probably did it. She probably provoked him. Not saying it's justified, but she probably wanted the person to
well, you remember you remember the movie Thin Line Without Love and Hate? Thin line between. It's a thin line between love and hate.
Right.
What's that sister that played the light skinned sister that played the but that light skinned sister that played in love with Martin Lawrence.
Right.
That light skinned sister, she took a pool ball, stuck it in a sock, hit herself, called the police, and said Martin did it. Mm-hmm. So that's basically what she did. Got somebody to do it, or she did it to herself. Ain't no brother. That's possible. Ain't no brother pulled up on her like that.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Right. She could be one of those psychotic women that you know they get off. It's called feigning illness. It's called Munchausen
by proxy
or factious disorder. And so I'm not saying she did, but that's possible. But it definitely was an attention stunt, and you know this liberal mess is destroying our country, is destroying our women. Like I said, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I don't care for either, but one's policies, in my opinion, is more sustainable for our community long term. And whether you like one over the other, one has been submitted in logic and common sense, and one is in foolishness. And I always tell people, man, you got to vote policy, man. You can't worry about the party, but you got to vote for policy. Right. And black men in record numbers, for whatever reason, a lot of them want to vote for Trump. And I'm not here to talk about politics, but they're doing it for a reason. We'll leave it at that. But anyway, we're going to end this stream, man. I appreciate it, brother Terrence. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Do you have anything else you want to add before I end the stream, though?
No, go get you something to eat. God bless you and your family, brother.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it, sir. And we're gonna be soon tuning off, man. All right. I wish you guys well. All right, guys. So we tuning off. Thank you to my man, brother, finally the truth, brother Terrence. And guys, we're about to end the stream. Thank you to the 12. The numbers were low tonight for whatever reason, but I'm grateful for those that were honest enough to come in. I got a good show before we go through the conclave, guys. Soon, guys, go get your tickets at the conclave. We're gonna have a good time, talk about male empowerment. If you need a non-diagnostic consultation, come see me at the kosherclinician at gmail.com. And guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And guys, you know, it appears that my internet is a lot better now. I finally got the right stuff for my internet. And I know this is 4K, but it appears that everything is operating good now. So that's finally taken care of. I think this should be 4K. And guys, we're going to tune off. And once again, guys, if it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. And if it ain't kosher, guys,
I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 and you out, rest in peace to your baby. I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 and you out, rest in peace to your baby. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher, ain't 7. Hell is your home, but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7. This is kosher. Kosher ain't 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7.
Where my friends go, it was simple.
When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night, yeah. I go hard day and night. 1 to 1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brother's blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the family of cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage. I've been at bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for something.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike. I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, ain't all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if it all pretend? What if you wrote to the end? What if you started again?
Fire! The Kosher Clinician.
Authentic in my own lane. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benzo, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. Authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Stood strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, not tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account. Now I got something to spend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just pull it out and count for nothing when I'm feeling great. Give my baby little more just to spend it, and I'm always on go. I don't hesitate. Used to always know I make it, yeah. I'll be me until I'm in the grave, yeah. See my record, had to set it straight, yeah. I make the kid like 10 times 10. I got wires coming in, some in euros, some in sec, some in dollars, some in yen. I've been trying to keep my zen, keep my cool. Trying to keep the family fed, get my food. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. Did it, do it. I did it all, no gimmicks. I did it all, no fibbits. Now I got all these children, now I got all these clones. Now I got all you twinning, now I got all you thinking like all you winning. They tried to count me out, they tried to fill that doubt. They tried to ride my wig, they tried to knock me out. They tried to count my wins, they tried to show my L's. They tried to make me in, they tried, but where they now? Where they? Step in the spot and they stare at me. All of these battles will bear me. I swear that nothing compares to me. Feeling blessed, I won't stress. Beat the odds, you know the rest. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. They tried to count me out, I'ma gon' count me in. Fill up my bank account, now I got something to spend. Me go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. I OD. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. Countdown, levitate, going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate, on time, never late. I grind, celebrate, no pump fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day, champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now I'm stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Yo, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast, go deep, I OD on them. I OD, apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast, go deep, I OD on them. I OD, apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. Smile good, skin clear. This here my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play no games. All me, no blame. On the wave, my own wave. Can't stop my shine. In the lane, my own lane. Can't stop my grind. 40 yard in the V12 and like 1.5. At 19, I cleared 19 in a month, no lie. Oh God. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm
I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Yo, yo, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast, go deep, I OD on them. I OD, apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees, go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast, go deep, I OD on them. I OD, apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. I'm a one. I'm a one. I'm a one-to-one. I can never be you. Low me tools, no I can't be fooled. Low me tools, no I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one. I can never be you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I could do better. I can do better than you. Drop my first single, let go, he rap. You thought it was a drought, that's cap. I get the front and I get the back. Lil Uzi the facts like that's a rack. Bought some new boots just to wear them out. Bought a new Beamer, I run it to the ground. I used to say nothing, I bet they hear me now. Handle my business, no need to hear me out. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than the check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than the check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all